Okay, time for number 14 in my Best Picture winner marathon. Best Picture Marathon theme song. I first saw How Green Was My Valley many years ago, but I haven't revisited it since because I had kind of a petty grudge against it for winning Best Picture over Orson Welles' masterpiece Citizen Kane and John Huston's The Maltese Falcon, which is one of my personal favorites. How Green Was My Valley was produced by Darryl Zanuck. Zanuck was one of the co-founders of 20th Century Productions, and when that company merged with the failing Fox Film Corporation, they became 20th Century Fox. So even though Fox had won Best Picture once before, this was the first time for 20th Century Fox. Producer Darryl Zanuck originally hired William Wyler to direct the film, and it was intended to be a 3-hour Technicolor epic shot on location in Wales, and it was meant to rival the success of Gone with the Wind. During pre-production, William Wyler was replaced with director John Ford, who then became the second person to ever win 3 Best Director Oscars after Frank Capra. Ford would go on to win a 4th one later. Ford had been known for making westerns like Stagecoach, but also thoughtful literary dramas like The Grapes of Wrath. Plans to shoot the movie on location in Wales were scrapped because of World War II. The studio created an authentic Welsh village on 80 acres outside of Malibu, California. The movie was then shot in black and white rather than color in order to disguise the truth of the location. The story is about a very large family living in this mining community in Wales. It deals with things like unfair labor practices and unionizing. It's also something of a coming-of-age story for its young protagonist, played by little Roddy McDowall, whose family had just moved to California to get away from the Blitz when Germany was bombing England. Other notable performers in the cast are Walter Pidgeon, Maureen O'Hara, Donald Crisp, Patrick Knowles, and Barry Fitzgerald. John Ford's approach to directing is very similar to Alfred Hitchcock's. Ford is in charge on set, and he cuts in camera, meaning that he's only shooting the footage that he absolutely needs, rather than just getting a bunch of coverage that can be pieced together later in editing. The movie ended up being successful with critics and audiences, except of course in Wales they're very critical of the accents in the film. Only one member of the cast was actually Welsh. It was really interesting to watch How Green Was My Valley again after so many years of avoiding it. I actually really enjoyed the film this time. I thought it was a lovely film, beautifully photographed, as is common with John Ford films. There are some wonderful performances and really good music. It's sentimental without being overly maudlin, and I really appreciated the film's addressing of religious issues like compassion versus being hypocritical and judgmental. I still prefer Citizen Kane and The Maltese Falcon, but I will concede that How Green Is My Valley is a solid film, and I can understand why it won Best Picture. John Ford reportedly said that How Green Was My Valley was his favorite of all of his films. I'm glad I felt I gave it a second chance. Up next, William Wyler is vindicated after being fired from this film with Mrs. Miniver. See you then.